my dear friends. How are you doing? Welcome to Raya's studio. I am Raya. Last week, to help those who are confused about the current situation of the market, we spoke about a few topics of particular interest. Has the bear market bottomed? When can we start bottom fishing? Will the bull market be back? And how high can Bitcoin reach in the next bull market? I'm sure those of you who watched my video carefully will have a general idea of the next 4-year cycle and the return of the bull market. In the last episode, I gave you my predictions for the future by analyzing the technical graphs of Bitcoin. I'm sure I don't need to tell you about the concept of bottom fishing in a bear market, hoarding, and holding steady until the next bull market. However, I believe you might still be confused about what coins to hold and what coins not to hold in a bear market. So, is it possible to hoard only Bitcoin in a bear market? My answer is no. We actually have a lot more options compared to when we did in the 2018 bear market. In the current bull market, cryptocurrencies have grown by leaps and bounds. In addition to the previous public blockchain track, a number of new tracks have been added, like GameFi, Ether2, NFT, DeFi, meme coin, etc. Although there are a lot of potential rug pull projects coming out in this bull market, there are also a lot more very promising projects. As for what coins to hoard and what not to hoard, I will be speaking about these topics through a few different episodes. Today, let's talk about the coins I don't recommend hoarding, to help you avoid the minefields of coin hoarding. There is not much to say if you are just planning to hoard Bitcoin, the king of coin hoarding. Buy and it will definitely rise. It's especially suitable for big investors, newbies, and in escrow. But as Bitcoin's market cap gets higher and higher, the foreseeable margin of future increase is bound to get smaller and smaller. The current bull market has seen Bitcoin rise about 18 times, from a low of $3,780 in early 2020, to a high of $69,000 in the second half of 2021. But in the next bull market, it will be nearly impossible to go up another 18 times. And, if we go by my last estimate of Bitcoin's peak in the next bull market, between $100,000 and $150,000, unless Bitcoin falls below $10,000 in the current bear market, the upside will more than likely be around 7 to 10 times higher. This rise can only be described as moderate. So, the only place to look for higher returns is from altcoins. So, how much have all the altcoins that have performed well in the current bull market gone up? Let's take a look at them first. Gala, launched in September 2020 with a launch price of $0.0015. Despite falling to a low of $0.00013 shortly after launch, close to a 90% drop. It rose to a high of 84 cents in November 2021, a rise of 6,460 times in price. Bake, launched in September 2020 and with a launch price of $0.077, peaked at $8.40 in May 2021 in the current bull market, an increase of nearly 1,000 times. Sol, launched in April 2020, with a launch price of 95 cents. Peaked at $260 in November 2021 in the current bull market, with 520 times increase in price. And the king of meme coins, Dogecoin. While its launch date was in 2013, it didn't receive much attention until it blew up recently. From its lowest price of $0.002 in April 2020, it rose to 73 cents in May 2021. Seeing a rise of 365 times in price. After seeing the rise of the above coins in the current bull market, for those who are looking for higher returns, you must be itching to start looking at coins with 100 or even 1,000 times increase in price. But can all coins be hoarded? Or furthermore, are all coins that have a high rate of increment good for hoarding? I'll answer the first question. 95% of these coins cannot be hoarded. Why not? Let's have a look at the following data. As of October 2022, there are more than 13,000 cryptocurrencies listed in CoinGecko. But according to Nomics, More than 12,000 tokens are now zombie coins in the current bull market. Zombie tokens are tokens that have not traded at all for a month, or have only a very small number of transactions. They are not technically dead, but like zombies, they are inactive. These coins alone make up more than 92% of the entire token population. And in 2018, only 136 coins in total are zombie coins, while there are 766 of these coins in 2019. Let us randomly pick a few of these coins to look at. CSC and wine are among these 12,000 zombie coins, and almost no one is trading them anymore. This is the first category of tokens that should not be hoarded in a bear market. Zombie tokens. These 12,000 zombie coins are the ones that I don't recommend hoarding. While some might ask, but what if a certain coin gets hyped up out of nowhere? I admit that this will likely happen. But how would you know which one of these 12,000 coins would strike it big? Do we have to buy a little bit of each one to try? My dear friends, please remember that my trading style is to make money steadily, and to pursue the maximum return in a steady manner. If you want to buy coins the same way you would bet on lottery, this program might not be for you. Anyway, back to the topic. There are quite a few coins that have some volume, and have had some gains in this bull market, but have not broken the previous highs of the last bull market in this current cycle. According to the conditions of technical rise, the new high must break the previous high in order for the coin to belong to the uptrend. Therefore, the coins that could not break the previous high are naturally not in the rising level of the big cycle. Of course, you also can't expect it to break through the high of the current bull market in the next cycle. Which brings us to the second type of coins that we shouldn't hoard in a bear market. Coins that haven't broken the previous high. For example, the highest price for EOS in the 2018 bull market was $22.70. However, while it rose by 11 times in the current bull market, its highest price was only at $14.90, which meant that it did not break its previous high. I predict that EOS might not even reach $14.90 in the next bull market. In my opinion, coins that are unable to break its previous high belong in the mediocre section for value and potential. Unless there are good news or major changes, it is best to stay away from these coins. Similar coins include BCH. As we can see, their trend is almost identical. Although I have seen several bloggers on the internet recommend BCH, things like having faith and whatnot are simply empty words to me. Technical bloggers such as myself only trust the direction of trends. If it breaks its previous high within the weekly cycle, it's an uptrend. While if it does not break its previous low, it would mean a downward trend. If it does not break either of the previous high or low, it is in consolidation. If these coins weren't able to get an uptrend despite the huge bull market, faith alone will not be enough to convince me that it is a coin worth hoarding. In addition to the zombie coins I've mentioned before, and coins that have not broken their previous high, there is another kind of coin I do not recommend you to hoard. The third type of tokens that we should not hoard in a bear market. Coins that made new highs in the current bull market, but did not follow the double top trend of Bitcoin. Let's go back and look at the current cycle for Bitcoin. From 2020 to 2022, Bitcoin in this bull market made two very close tops in April 2021 and November 2021, which I call double top. However, most of the cryptocurrencies only followed the first high of Bitcoin's trend, and nothing else. For example, we spoke about Dogecoin earlier. As shown in the chart, Dogecoin went up in a wave in May 2021, and the rise was very fierce. But it stopped there, going all the way down, with no follow-ups. In my opinion, coins like this are not considered bullish, but are simply riding on the wave of a bull market. Coins like Dogecoin are likely to reach new highs in the next bull market, but there is also a high possibility that they will not break the previous high. These coins are unstable to me. Therefore, if you would like to hoard similar coins, remember not to put all your eggs in one basket. Coins akin to Dogecoin include the previously mentioned Bake and Win. They are all similar in terms of trend. As mentioned in this week's program, these are the 3 types of coins I do not recommend hoarding in a bear market. Zombie coins, coins that have not broken its previous high, and coins that do not have a double top trend. If you have already started hoarding coins, you may take a look and refer to them at your own discretion. After talking about the coins that we shouldn't hold in a bear market, our next topic will naturally be about what coins to hoard in a bear market. If you would like to know more about it, remember to subscribe and wait for my updates. Thank you for watching today's episode. This show only represents personal opinions and does not constitute any investment advice. See you next time.